Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome aboard Life Launchpad, your go-to channel for practical advice and guidance to launch your dreams into reality. I'm your host, Andrew Savina, and we are back with another video today. I am making this video pretty much right after I uploaded that benching 225 video. That was today, and man, oh man, did that feel great. Today was supposed to be just a chill day at the gym, high reps, low weight, just a recovery type of bench day, and then I walked in, I felt good, and I hit 225, and I was like, what? And it felt so, it was so easy that I hit 225 again. It was like I did 2 sets of 1. I honestly could have done 235, but that's beyond the point. That was just mind-boggling for me. It was crazy. So I'm pretty happy today. I'm wearing this Illinois jersey. We have a game today, Illinois, Nebraska. It's in an hour. Working tonight, so I won't be going to it, but gotta represent. But that's besides the point. Today's video, we're going into credit cards. What are credit cards? What are, their relevance? What do you do with them? Why they're important? And why you should get one as soon as possible. To start off, a video talking about credit cards, we have to understand what are credit cards. And if you don't know what a credit card is, it's really this basic, just like the most simple version way of explaining it is that banks are giving you money to spend, even though you don't have it. That's as simple as it gets. You go to a bank and you apply. So if you've never had a credit card, this is how it goes. You go to a bank, you apply for it. You're usually gonna get one of the worst ones. Students, 18-year-olds, college students usually get, student cards, Chase Student Unlimited, Freedom Unlimited. Then there's the Discover It, that's also pretty good, like common amongst college students. So that's what you get. And then you go around and you spend it, and it's like the bank is loaning you money to buy things or whatever you need, and then you pay it off. So to talk about more in depth about it, it's, when you get that card, the bank gives you a certain amount of money. It's called a credit limit for you to spend. That's based on how much they have faith in you, how much money you make, how your previous credit history. If you don't have any, it's obviously gonna be a lot lower. But they look at a lot of different factors to see how risky of a client you may be and how much money they're willing to let you spend on that card at any time. The next thing that goes into credit cards is a billing cycle. At the end, or maybe not even at the end, it depends on how your credit card is looking, but every month you get a billing, like a statement, and it shows you how much money you spent, what you spent it on, where you spent it, how much you owe the bank, and if you paid it off or whatever. You could do it all digitally. I have mine all digitally just because it's easier, save the trees, but it shows you, your summary and how you use your card throughout the month. And this really helps you, analyze and look into what you should do in the future. Going off of that, the next thing is interest rates. So, you might be thinking, bank's just giving me free money to use. No, the bank will take interests. So if you go a month without, paying off your entire card, you will get charged a percentage that's added onto that balance. So say it's called an APR, annual percent rate, or what is it called? Annual percentage, percentage rate. Annual percentage rate, and that's just how much you're gonna get charged on top of whatever you've spent. So that's why it's important to pay off your cards, make sure that you're staying in with your limit, and not overspending, not being stupid with your money. This is comes off billing cycle. You got to read your billing cycle, see how much money you owe, pay it off, make sure that you don't get taxed on more percentage for spending money. Now that you have the little fundamentals of credit cards, you have to you might be considering it, maybe you don't want to, you're not sure if you still need it. Now you want to listen to the benefits. What does a credit card really bring to you, and why would you need it for yourself in life? The first one that I'll talk about is a little basic, but it's really nice addition, and that's the rewards programs. Every company that gives out credit cards has their own rewards program. Chase has their own, they give you percentage off, and Capital One. So I have Chase and Capital One. I have 2 credit cards. But every credit card company has different rewards, so that's really just, you look at what's better. You could use some credit cards give you more cash back on restaurants, some give you more on movies, recreation, different things. You might get miles, you might get an airline credit card, so that will impact what where you spend your money and what's most beneficial for you. The next thing is that credit cards usually, if not always, have purchase protection. This protects you from fraud, scamming, and it also gives you extended warranties. So if anything goes wrong with your purchase, your credit card provider is going to help you get around that situation. And especially if you lost a card and somebody spent money, you can just call your bank, tell them you lost your card, and they will help you go through it. there's just a lot more protection when you're using a credit card because banks are just looking to help satisfy you so that you can continue to use your card, and that's why it's important. And the final benefit is building your credit score. You've probably heard of credit score, what it is, just a number. You don't know what you might not know exactly what it means, but your credit score shows how reliable and how good of a customer you are for a credit card company. And you might not see what difference does it make. It will impact how much money banks give you for your credit card to use, and it will also impact how likely you are to get loans. If you want to buy a house, start just buying things, car payments, car loans, house loans, mortgages, all those kinds of things. It just makes you a more reliable and desired customer for banks, and it shows that you are accountable and that you are just financially smart with your money. In the end, you want to have a high credit score. You want to make sure you can do as good as you can, pay your bills on time, make sure you pay it in full, and you don't want to overspend. Finally, I already mentioned a couple of these things recently, but it's how to use your credit card responsibly. I talked to some of my friends and I asked them, do you have your own credit card? And they say, no, I can't because I know I'm going to spend it. Being able to understand how to responsibly use your credit card will set you up for years to come. And the first step in responsibly using your credit card is making sure that you pay on time. I mentioned the statement balances that you get and the interest rate that you get. If you pay your credit card in full on time, you will not have interest rates. You'll have a really solid, I forgot what it's called. Just making sure you have history of payments, payment history, and that will help you continue to build your credit score up, especially if you start as a student. I started low, it was like somewhere in the 600s, and now I'm up towards, higher 700s. So being able to just build and create credibility for yourself, paying on time is a big part of it. The next step that's important is managing your credit card utilization. When you get a credit card, every time, whenever they analyze and look into your account, they'll look at what percentage of the balance, the credit limit are you using on any given time. And ideally, you want to stay below 30%, because if you go over 30%, people, you get to consider the thoughts that you might not be able to pay it off. You're just spending a lot. You're a compulsive buyer, and that just creates a bad image for you as somebody that has a credit card. So making sure that you keep your credit card limit, usage to under 30%, as low as you can. Making sure you pay it off as fast as possible so that the percentage stays low is ideal and really essential. And then finally, one of the things that's really important that you want to do is making sure that you monitor your credit card statements. You want to make sure that there's no charges that you didn't make, there's nothing that's wrong, no overcharges, no undercharges, making sure that just everything on the statement is what it should be so that you have the most accurate information. Credit cards are powerful tools. Making sure that you use them in the right way to help set yourself up for the future is on you. Make sure that you take these tips, hints, and little lessons that I just informed you with, and make sure that you incorporate them so that you can set yourself up and build yourself a high, strong credit score that will help you financially for the rest of your life. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget the power to transform your lives lies within you. Don't stop learning, don't stop growing, don't stop launching towards your dreams. I'm here, host Anderson Vina, and if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.